In this lab, we are using OWASP broken web access. So all you need to just unzip the file, and you see these, and then all you need to just open a virtual machine, and then it will choose either the VMware or Oracle virtual machine. So both of them is supported. So, and after you open that, you will see it will shows it will go and load that. So, and then you need to enter your username and password. So the username is root, and the password is OWASPBWA, or another word is OWASP BWA. And then when you log in, you see that it provides you the IP address here, 192.168.38.160. So you can use a browser. So in this case, I'm using Firefox. So you see I entered that. So these are the tools. You can do many labs you want. And another tools which you require is Burp Suite. I'm using Community Edition, which is free. So the installation is very easy. You just go next. So it works as a proxy. So whatever you doing on the browser, so it can capture that. For that, you make sure that you go to the proxy option. So you see that is pointing to your local host here. Whatever you're doing, it will appear here, and also another things you need to know. You can on your Firefox, you can go to this website, Proxy standard. So you can just add that as an extension. So it added here. You see that icon appears here. So I can click on that. I go to the option. I add here. So for example, I put the title as a training. And then it's HTTP. The IP address will be the IP address of my local host, 127.0.1 and then you save that. Okay, you see it's here, and anytime you want to use that, all you need to enable that. You see, is enable. It shows training here. Okay, and I make sure that under intercept is off. So anytime you want to check, you can check one by one in your HTTP history. Another thing is we need to export the certificate so we can actually browse the HTTPS. So the browser can we can tell the browser to trust us. So we're doing the checking. So in this case, I go to option import export CA certificate. So certificate in their format. Press next. Where you want to export that. Choose a. So in this case. It asks for document, but I want to go to document is okay. So can use burp.dar under document, and then it's safe exported actually. Now I can go to the browser, and from the browser I can import that. So here on the browser we see setting on the Firefox. I can check for certificate. See certificate. View certificate. So now here I can import a certificate. So that certificate is actually under document. So you find it here. This trust this certificate to identify the website, trust to identify email process. So here I choose this and then press OK, and will appears here, and then press OK. Now so we activate here, you see it's activated. We import the certificate. Now if I click on the this one, like the damn vulnerable web web application, so I open that. It asks for username and password. So I believe so the username DVWA and password admin, and then you press login. See, so if I go here HTTP request, you see that all the requests is here. So for example, the one I entered, so you see you can find it here. So in this case is DVWA, the login.php. So you see that it capture as an intermediate whatever you pass. It's able to capture that. So it's coming from this host. This is the user agent, my browser, and so on. So it provides like the cookie, the security, and so on. I think the username is admin, and then the password I think is a password. Let me try that. Admin and password. So still not. Actually is admin. So for this one is admin. Okay, so you see it's a login here. So you can actually again come here and check. So the last one, so you can actually see here like sorted based on the latest one or the newest one. So depends how you are comfortable to search. You can see here the time, so 10:05, then 10:09, 10:11. So you see that you can sort it based on that. This is the one was successful, so you can sort based on the time as well. So the top one is the newest one here. So you see at 10:13 I'm looking for DVW login. So on the row you see username admin, password admin. So I was able to capture this login here. So you can sort it. So you can previously was the opposite. So this is the oldest one and the latest one come to the end. But for simplicity, you can actually do the opposite. So the latest one come to the top. So here you see the dashboard. So it shows everything you have. Then we have a target. So on the target you see it shows my IP address and all the website we visited, which kind of like useless. So we can just keep this one. So I'm gonna add to scope and then press yes. And then here you see hidden not found. So I can click on that. It opens another box. So here show only in a scope items and apply that. So you see we have only this option. And then we have like proxy. We already talked about that. So for intercept I said should be off. What will happen if it's on? So you see that whatever, if it's off, so whatever I did login is actually come here. But if I make it on, so let me see if this is on. So if I for example try one of these tools, for example any of them, just open that. You see it's going through, but it's not doesn't happen. So here I have to come to Burp Suite and forward that request. You see, now I get that. So I don't want these things interrupt me. So for that purpose, I make it off, so it's easier. So every time you do that, it just applies. So you don't have to go to the Burp Suite, you see, easily. So I don't have to forward it from here. That's the reason I keep that as a intercept is off. Okay. So we already talked about the HTTP history as well. So if I want to choose, so for example, you're working on something else and you identify something which is suspicious and you're going to look into that later. So you can highlight that and check that later. For example, this one. So I'm going to right click here and you can highlight. See, I can highlight that. Even you can put the comment here. See, hello. And later, if you want to look, so you can filter. You see filter here? I can click on that and show only comment and highlighted item. See that it shows that, so you can look into that later. Okay. And another thing is intruder. So anything you want to get inside that, do something or intrude, you can use that. So what I need to do, so I just right click and send to intruder. See, it's the color change. So when you come here, you see it appears here. So I have my username and password. So you can double click on that, not single click, or you can choose that. See, so in this case it's put the $sign, but if it's not, you can just click. You see, click and it will add the $sign. You can click here, add the $sign, but I don't want $2 sign, just $1 is sufficient. So in this case I can do the brute force attack, or you can clear that. So you see, for example, I want to clear that. See, clear. If I want to choose that, I can add that. See, and here you see a sniffer. A sniffer is when you want to brute force one of them, either username or password. But if you want both of them, then it should be cluster bomb. So you see the definition also is there. Okay, so you choose that and clear. So in this case, you can go with the sniffer attacks. So in this scenario, you see I choose a username and password which is actually working. Let me try with different one which is not working. Like previously, I think we tried with the one which didn't work. So I'm going to use that, send to intruder. Come here. So you see I have cookie. This one is for cookie, but yeah, here, this one, username and password. So I can right click, send to intruder, go here. So now I clear that, choose that, or double click and then clear. So I'm gonna go with just the password. So the password is admin. So let me see if I can modify here, test, and then I choose a sniffer. I go to the payload. So I add so if your version is pro, so you can upload the file, but here I can add manually 1 2 3 4. I can add like password 1, password 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see payload count 4. Simple list. So I'm gonna start the attack. So you receive this message. It says that because it's a commit, it will be a slow. Press OK. So you see, start attacking that. So how you actually identify that? So in this case, it will go through all those options we have provided. Okay, I can close that. Now to test that, I'm gonna actually do that again. So for example, I can choose any of them. So let's try this. So we have a BWAP here. So you should be able to see that here on the top. So the latest one on the top, and the like old one come the bottom. So this is start from here, goes here, here, and here. So I can actually enter the username and password. For example, I can try with admin. See login. So invalid credential. See that it appears here. Okay, admin. See, I can also go with the, I believe the bug. So I can use that. You see, I log in. So I can go here. Post CB-bug. So I can right click, I can send to the repeater. You see the color change. I can come here. The purpose of repeater is, for example, if you log into the website, you want to purchase something, you add to the cart, you modify. There are many steps here, but by using a repeater, you can avoid that. You can change that. You can modify that here. So you can see, I can press send. So you see, I have a pretty row hex value. So you can modify everything at this point. So you avoid different like steps. Okay. So for example, in this case, if I go with the buggy, I send. See. You can see that. So render, it shows what happened, but you see is a invalid credential. But if I change that back again to buggy and send, so here it's not showing, but I think you got my point here. Like so you can modify everything here without going to the website, log in, add the card, for example, to do that. So you see, that's a very good tools to check and avoiding like different steps between which are involved. I can choose the one which is get, and then send it to the repeater, and here I can press send. You see, it loads here, so I don't have to go too many steps. So here you can modify things and then send that. We will see later in more detail. So the other option which you may require sequencer, which you can add a sequence or decoder. For example, in this case, I'm gonna add, like for example, hello. I'm gonna like decode as base 64. You see it appears here. So you can do that. So instead of going to Google and do that, you can Burp Suite can provide you these tools. If you have two things you want to compare, you can use a comparer logger. All the logs it can be shows. Extender mostly Burp Suite, which I actually use on the like professional. So the other option is not useful, that one, and learn for the learning purpose. So the one which we use a lot, target, proxy, intruder, repeater, are the very common one which we're gonna use.